everybody? I'm Jermaine McKill, your favorite sports analyst with
James Gerwitz.
And today y'all finna be served with J&J Sports episode 43, you guys. Man, James, I'm feeling great today, man. How you feeling?
It's a fantastic Friday. I feel wonderful.
Fantastic Friday. We're shooting on Friday today. Usually a different day for us. But we're going to dive right into it. Y'all already know we don't waste any time. So, first topic we have up is NBA basketball. The Miami Heat has traded Kyle Lowry in exchange for Terry Rozier. Have you heard anything about this, James?
I did. This was a big trade, I feel like.
Oh, man, this was unexpected because it's like getting rid of Kyle Lowry. I mean, he's been such an asset for the Miami Heat. Even though he's not the most scorer, but he's always been an asset for them.
He's more than just a solid player.
Yeah.
It's his talent, and now he's going to be bringing that elsewhere. So hopefully.
Yeah. This looks like a beneficial trade though, even though it's a tough release for Kyle. But the Hornets plan on moving him to another team, actually, before the deadline. So it seems like they don't really kind of want him to keep him around for some reason. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about that? How you feel about that whole?
This could just be one of those change of scenery type of deals where a player maybe isn't playing up to their potential in one spot, but to get to another spot and things just click with the team and the coach.
And honestly, the Hornets is a young team, and he's a much older dude, and I'm pretty sure he wants to play around people that he can kind of relate to and has their history. So, but our first question, man, how beneficial was this trade for the Miami Heat? Like, how beneficial was this?
This benefits the Heat, I think, a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to help, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time until we see exactly what comes out of this trade.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's mid-season right now. They're doing this trade right, fast, and, he still has to adapt. I hope they're not expecting him to just have it. This is a whole new team he has to adapt. So even though the Heat is a young team as well, it's just still, he's give him some time. I hope they're not like pressuring them too hard.
I feel like we would know a lot more if this happened at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Then, and it's interesting too, the timing of it, as you had mentioned.
Yeah, right. Like it's kind of already like the season's already been going and hot and stuff like that. So, but it happens like that. But in my opinion, this will be very beneficial. Because he's a young player. You know what I mean, and you can groom him to your team, and y'all have years down the line to make him. He's already a nice player, but so he can adapt to Miami.
And then it's also some of the stuff that he's bringing to Miami, because the other players are gonna take like bits of his game and some of his like wisdom.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we look at his stats currently right now, he's averaging 21 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and he's 45% from the field goal range. I mean, that's pretty solid. I say that's pretty solid for a young player. So, I can't wait to see how he plays. I think they play, I don't know, is it next week or sometime? But, I can't wait to see if he's actually going to get Miami somewhere.
We'll see how he looks in a different uniform.
Exactly, yeah. The next question, man, was this more of a win or a loss for the Hornets, you think?
It depends. Right now, it seems like a little more on the loss side.
Yeah.
But we'll see, what comes out of this trade and see, I guess what happens and how they produce.
Yeah, man. And, when I think of the Hornets, I just kind of, they're a young team, and they still have some developing to do as far as like championship and getting things like that. So I just feel like they're just one of those teams that's still building right now.
Well, maybe this has something to do with that, and it's gonna maybe be beneficial for them in the long run.
But in my opinion, like kind of what you said, man, I feel like this is more a loss because you lose a talented player like him for a veteran that you plan on trading. But I understand though the Hornets couldn't deliver for a while, but they don't want to just waste good talent. I understand that part. Like if he's too good for the team, and even you can't go to the championship with him, at least give somebody else that opportunity, like a more potential team to get there. Because when we think of the Miami Heat, they always playoff contention team. Like they'll be there in the area
for well over a decade.
Yeah, always been like that. And shout out to Spoelstra for that one. Um, but yeah, like I said, as far as the Hornets, man, I just gotta see. But the Miami Heat, this was definitely a banger for them. Like, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be a good season for them. And as far as Lowry, I hope he. I don't know if he's gonna be a free agent or. I hope he finds a good team to. What team do you kind of think he'll look good at?
It depends. I mean, does he want to play in the East or the West?
West,
And
maybe like the Lakers. Well, I don't know. It depends.
the Clippers are always looking for talent. It
Talent,
seems like
yeah.
they're always
That's
bringing
that's
somebody
where the
in.
veterans at. That he'll be good. He'll fit in there too. Y'all let us know who y'all think which team he should be on right now. But and then the last final question, man. With Scary Terry joining the Miami Heat, can they help take some pressure off Jimmy Butler? Because Jimmy, he's been carrying that team for a minute. You know what I mean? And like I remember when they played in the bubble, he played his heart out, but they still didn't. They couldn't win because it's just him. You know what I mean? He's the main scorer. So do you think that's gonna take some pressure off of him?
Of course, it's going to be majorly beneficial, not just to Jimmy Butler, but to all of the Heat.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
they extended their coach just recently,
Yeah.
and now they're making trades. So it shows that they're serious about making a playoff run.
Playoff, yes, man, yes. And the way it's looking, it seems like they're gonna be right back in that spot. Um, with a few teams to worry about, like the Celtics right now, man, they are snapping. I mean, they're on a whole different level. But yeah, I feel like his message should just be focusing on recovering. Um, well, yeah, just getting back where he need to be at. But yeah, I think there'll definitely be a good add-on for sure. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. And then before I go into the next topic, I got some NBA news, James. A couple of topics. There's a lot been going on. So first things first, most famous NBA point guard Rajon Rondo was arrested in Indiana for a traffic stop with drug charges, a firearm, and having a juvenile in the passenger seat. Um, I seen this, man, and this kind of blew my mind because this was kind of something like random out of nowhere, and I seen it a couple times, and then I actually clicked on the picture because I'm like, this looks like somebody, and then I looked and it said Ray Sean. I'm like, no way, no
Not
way, this
Rondo.
is Ray Sean Rondo. How you felt like when you heard that? Like how were you feeling when you see that?
Genuinely surprised that anytime a major name in sports gets in trouble with a law like this, it's always major news. And
Yeah,
you have the three different things going on there. You got the drug charges, you have the firearm, but then you also have the presence of a child there.
yeah.
So there's a lot of moving parts.
It's a
but
lot, yeah.
it also depends on his intent. I mean, maybe he just, had the drugs on him.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, do that. That's fine.
I mean, I think what was his intentions really? And like I said, he wasn't drunk or anything. He wasn't drunk driving. I'm pretty sure he probably just had it on him.
And to be a star, sometimes a lot of celebrities they have to carry a gun
Oh
with
yeah,
them
definitely.
because
I
it's for their
understand
own
that
personal
part.
protection, and it just makes them feel better going out into public.
Right.
But just I guess having the drugs and the gun with the kid around,
With
that's
the kid,
very
yeah.
troubling.
I think the kid kind of puts it together. Yeah, man. I don't think I'm not saying this a slap on the wrist, but I think he get some time in it for it. But man, just with all of that, man, will that mess up his chances of the Hall of Fame though? You think? Because the NBA they kind of look at all of those type things, but I don't know. He's put in a lot of work though. He's
That's a great question. I don't think that it will, only because you look at the history of arrests, even NBA, big name NBA arrests. Barkley was arrested twice. Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson had his own troubles with the law. You had Dennis Rodman, and then Meta World Peace also.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But and these are people who are going to be in the Hall of Fame.
No
Barkley
question.
for sure is going to make the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
no
He's
question.
not already there, and he's still going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I agree, man. Like I said, he's still and I think he ended his career with the Cleveland Cavaliers a few years back. But yeah, man, like I said, I think this was kind of like it's gonna be a slap on the wrist for sure. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that. And then the next thing is former coach Doc Rivers has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks and is now going to be their current head coach. Um, will this addition help or hurt the Bucks, man? Because I keep seeing things like people are saying like that it wasn't a good trade for him to be on the Bucks and stuff like that. Because I mean, how you feel about it?
It's Doc Rivers, major NBA name.
Yeah.
And what I was most confused about was them firing their coach there in the midseason, and they had a pretty decent record.
Yeah.
So that was one of those things. But when you have the talent that the Bucks have,
yeah,
and you put in a talented coach, you're going to see good results.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why they're doing the trade. Maybe some back behind, with some disagreements going on. But nah, I think it'll be a great trade too. I don't think it will really hurt anything as far as that. Yeah, y'all let us know how y'all feel. But then the last point right here is so there will be a 3-point challenge between Steph Curry and Sabrina Lonsky on Saturday, February 17th. Now, according to NBA, Sabrina had a 37-point 3-point challenge. And I actually seen this video. It's impressive, man. Is she gonna be a problem for Curry? You think in this competition?
I believe so. She's bringing this confidence into this, so that goes a long way. And also, I think it's going to be just a fun competition to watch. About a week after the Super Bowl, and there's not a whole lot going on in the sports world. It gets really slow there for a little while, but to see something like this, I think that's exciting.
It's definitely exciting, definitely. And, I think he's, it's not like a mean competition type thing. It's probably something friendly, but. Yeah, she's definitely gonna be a problem for sure. The way she's been shooting. I mean, 37 points in a minute. That's in a 3-point. That's impressive. But y'all let us know how y'all feeling. We'll probably be covering that as well. Our next topic.
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.